And again, Happy New Year to each and every one of you all and your family.
Is that? Oh, I thought that. Oh, that's that. Everybody walking. Good evening. All right, sir. Yes, sir. Sounds great. Yeah.
Get ready to let me know we start.
I'm ready.
Good evening to each and every one of you all. Thank you. We'll start our workshop at 6:34 p.m. Tonight, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for being here tonight, and Happy New Year to you and your family, because life means so much to each and every one of us. The song that started off with us in the year 2025 did not make it in the year 2026, but we are here tonight. We want to welcome you and thank you for being here tonight. Each and every one of our guests, the residents of the city of South Bay, thank you for being here tonight, along with staff. Thank you as well for being here. At this present time, we have the roll call. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Polk,
Here.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Present.
Mayor Cowles.
Present. Thank you, Madam Clerk, and thank you to the Commissioner. We're continuing our agenda item tonight. City Manager Campbell.
Good evening, Mayor, Commission. Tonight for the workshop, we have with us representatives from Lewis, Longman, and Walker for the Hugh Branch site. The conversation will be led by Tesla Morgan, who's the land use attorney, to discuss or present to the commission a project for the site at the Hugh Branch site. So Ms. Morgan, if you would, you and your team come on up, and we.
Well, good evening, first of all.
Good evening.
Tulsa Morgan with Lewis, Longman, and Walker. I have here my colleague Robert Williams, as well as Nicholas Bixler.
Thank you for being here tonight.
And we'll do our best to speak into the matter. So,
Yes, sir.
again, I'm Robert Williams, and we also have with us Greg Gonzalez here as well, the owner of the property and the business. And just want to, first of all, thank staff, and particularly Mr. Campbell.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell's been great. Thank you very much. And he's been great helping us kind of get with him to discuss this, because our goal is to work with the city into a mutual beneficial situation is really what we're after here. And he's been great to help us with that, working through these issues. And our team, Telsel and Nick, both have been really working hard with them, with your city planner and everything, to get those done. We're here really to answer questions that you might have on this, but also to tell you what the situation is and really what we're asking for, and just bring it to your attention and hopefully move forward on this. And so if you to the next slide would be great. So what we're talking about is MGG Rentals. They own the property located just down the road on the other side of the Pilot there on 27 at 370. There's an existing structure of 1.32 acres. And so it's right next to that packing house there. That building there is what we're talking about here with this. And their business, MGG Rentals, is farm labor housing. They do the H-2A housing for the H-2A laborers. They recruit laborers down in Mexico, get everything set up. They must provide housing. They must provide transportation and those kinds of things. And it's regulated not only by the federal government, but also by the state as well. I think there's some county permits involved also. And of course, we need to be compliant with the city of South Bay as well. And so it's the zoning aspect that we're really here talking about today, is that one piece of it. And a little bit about Greg. He owns both MGG Rental and JG Labor Harvesting. And he's from Clewiston, but he grew up in the Glades. He's been in this business his whole life. He built these two businesses, and his whole focus and his life work has been agriculture, and has built these companies to support the backbone of the region, as you would know better than I. And the other piece of this too that I'd like to just kind of indicate is that their business is to help provide the labor to the farm operations. They really focus on sweet corn. That's kind of their niche area that they really focus on. And it's labor intensive, obviously. And that's why they want to have that located here in South Bay at that location. And so if you have any questions on anything, feel free to interrupt us. And I'm going to sit down, but I'm going to turn it over to Miss Morgan, because she knows the background probably better than I do, although we work pretty hard on it together.
Right,
So.
thank you. Thank you, sir.
So again, Telsel Morgan with Lewis Longman and Walker. As Mr. Williams said, MGG Rentals is looking to have H-2A and farm worker housing located at 370 US Highway 27. We can go to the next slide. Currently, the federal law requires that those farm worker employers provide housing for their employees. Additionally, the law requires that employees or employers must meet both federal and state standards, which include things such as proper ventilation, fire safety measures, which are all subject, health department regulations as well, which are all subject to inspections and compliance with both state, local, and health safety codes. You can go to the next slide. In addition to the federal laws that speak to the H-2A housing, Florida law requires that each county and municipality permit and encourage a sufficient number of and type of farm worker housing to meet the local needs of the community. Further, Florida state law requires that cities and counties are not permitted to enact or administer any local land use ordinances to prohibit or discriminate against the development or use of farm worker housing facilities. Next slide. And while the City of South Bay's comprehensive plan acknowledges the need for farm worker housing, the city's comprehensive plan nor the city's land development code expressly allow for it. And you can go to the next slide. And so this slide was really just put in to show the city's existing and future land use map that's currently here. Next slide, please. Now, this is currently comes from the property appraiser's website, currently where the property is located, right in that area. You can go to the next slide. The property currently is zoned light industrial and contains an industrial future land use. It's currently surrounded, I think there's an automotive shop that's across the street. And additionally, there's a shop behind the building that's also owned by MGG Rentals and Mr. Gonzalez. It's not currently adjacent to any residential properties at all. We did provide a boundary survey to Mr. Camel along with a copy of the floor plan of the building. And so this is the current building that the property owner would like to use for the H2A housing. He would like to use it exactly how it's currently laid out. The square footage of the building is approximately almost 8,000 square feet, which allows up to approximately 70 beds. And so currently where the property is located, there is a sidewalk along the walkway in order for the workers to be able to walk to their destinations. But the property owner does currently provide transportation to and from their work sites. He also provides transportation to and from, and this is with his other facilities, not currently, but he provides transportation to and from the grocery store, to and from doing laundry. So he is currently situated to do that in this location as well, if permitted. Currently, across the street from a property, almost diagonal to the property at the Okeechobee Inn, there is currently, which is approximately 1,000 feet away from the subject property, there is currently H2A housing currently located at that property. Next slide, please. And so basically, as Mr. Williams stated, have had probably 1 or 2 meetings, not only with the city manager, but also with the planner for the city. And we have put in a request basically to have H2A housing at this location. As I stated before, it's not currently zoned for H2A housing, and there's nowhere in the land development code which allows it anywhere. However, the federal government requires that employers must provide H2A housing in the area. So it was Mr. Camel's recommendation that we come before the City Commission and basically request direction regarding opportunities for H2A housing within this area. And so in addition to people from my colleagues from Lewis, Longman, and Walker, as we stated, we also have Mr. Gonzalez here to answer any questions you may have.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Morgan, I appreciate that. City Manager Campbell?
At this time, Mayor, I would, if Mr. Horniman could come in, your planning consultant, to before you ask any questions, just to give the city's perspective on the actual land use and zoning, and then we can go into if the commission have any questions. Go ahead.
Is this on?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, as the applicant has expressed, your comp plan nor your zoning ordinance at the present time has any provisions to allow for this type of use. So if the commission is of such a mind that you want to proceed with this, I understand it's a requirement of the state of municipalities to provide this type of housing if there's a local need for it. I would suggest that the applicant demonstrate that need, first of all. And then if you were to proceed forward, what I'd recommend is we'd have to amend probably the comp plan and maybe the housing, land use, and maybe the housing element of the comp plan to make provision for this type of use. Secondly, you would have to zone for it. And there's 2 ways you could go about that. You could establish a separate zoning district specifically for this type of use, or you could list it as a special exception use in an existing zoning district. Now, I would recommend the latter because you would have more control over the development. If you were to allow this as a special exception, just we'd have to determine what zoning district it would be most appropriate for. But then you could apply conditions to approval and you have a little more control over how this would develop. If you develop a separate zoning district, there's that chance that it could be interpreted as just spot zoning, for that particular use. Then if we get past the zoning, what I would recommend, we're going to have some sort of regulations in your code that regulate this type of use. And I would recommend that the applicant put those type of regulations together for our review, and we could proceed that way. So I think that's basically it. Your plan and your code don't provide for it right now, but if we move forward, we'll have to make appropriate
So I'm
provisions.
going to repeat that again, sir. It doesn't allow.
Yeah, there's, if you go to the permitted uses or the special exception uses in your commercial and industrial zoning districts and your residential, there's no provision for this particular type of use. So we'd have to make provision for it.
Thank you, Ms. Hardeman. Just a moment, sir. Thank you. Questions from the commissioner, Commissioner King. I know you just came in, and I know you heard their presentation tonight. Do you have any questions at this present time in reference to what they're presenting before this commission tonight, madam?
I just need to research it.
You got the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just need a little more research. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Commissioner Pope.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate the presentation tonight. So, as Mr. Hardeman stated that we don't have any provision, I just received this tonight, so I haven't had a lot of time. Just the presentation. There's no existing provisions in the code, but I think it also references in here that we do have existing H2 housing in the city limits.
You have some
I
questions?
will ask you that.
I think I can. Again, this is Robert Williams with Lewis, Longman and Walker, and great question. There is some H2A housing, specifically the Okeechobee Inn. There is the provisions, because it's a motel or a hotel, however you want to, it's for transient rentals. And that's why that facility is able to pass muster. So you have some transient, in other words, we don't want to turn this into a motel. That's not what we're after. And so that's why it's there. And I understand that. I was confused on that as well. So thank you very much for asking that.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I'll take some more time.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Yes, we're just receiving this tonight, but question for the city manager. What would be the benefit of the city of South Bay having another H2A housing in the city of South Bay? What would be the benefits?
The benefits of it, that's something I'm not able to quantify tonight and share and express, but it is something that's allowed by state law and just some regulations. So if the need for H2A housing exists, then you have housing for the H2A workers. That is one of the benefits, but beyond that, I'm unable to provide further information on the benefits for additional H2A housing. But that is going back to what Mr. Horniman expressed and having the owner demonstrate that need.
Yes.
To the commission, to the city, excuse me.
And when you say H2A employees, are we talking about employees coming from another country, well, Mexico, or where are the employees coming from?
Yes, sir. And again, very good question. So Mr. Gonzalez, they actually recruit, and he's got a big facility in Pahokee, but he wanted a smaller facility here in South Bay to be proximate to where they're going to need folks to work. They actually recruit folks from Mexico. And as part of the program, they go down to Mexico, they recruit their workers and folks that want to work, and then they sign them up under the H2A program, which is a federal immigration program, and it's temporary. So these workers aren't here throughout the year necessarily. In fact, I don't think they're really allowed to be here throughout the year. I represent some dairies, and that's an issue that they've got, but not in this context. And so they will recruit them from primarily Mexico, I think exclusively from Mexico right now. And Mr. Gonzalez is saying that's correct. And they'll come in, and so they're very temporary. They work the season, and then they go back to Mexico. And the nice part about it is Miss Morgan did mention that while they're here, because it's temporary, they provide, Mr. Gonzalez and the outfit, they provide transportation so that they can get to lunches, so they can get to the grocery store and those kinds of things. And because they don't want to, just necessarily just walking around and getting lost or whatever things happen. Typically, when they come home to the facility to sleep, they sleep because what they do is really hard work, and we all know that. And so that's it. But the specific question, yes, it's a federal immigration program for temporary workers. They recruit from Mexico and bring them in, and they've got to take care of them while they're here, and that's their main focus. They want them safe. They want them taken care of and not a burden to anybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. You can remain there, sir, when that's a question. I heard you saying that it was a need that we needed H2H workers. And I'm just curious about why South Bay? I know we have Belgrade because I know there was H2 workers that was in the hotel within the city of Belgrade. And what happened on that particular situation there, those one that was at that particular hotel, they moved them to the Okeechobee Inn there. And now that we have another one on Southwest, I think that's 8th Street, we have another area that were H2 workers there. And now you're saying there was a need to have those individuals here. And you decide that, Mr. Gonzalez, am I correct? Decide that you want to bring those individuals to the city of South Bay as well, am I correct?
Yes, sir. And there is a need. He's got work for them to do that's proximate and close by to South Bay. And this is a good location for them to do that. It's a good, safe location. It's a location that has grocery stores nearby and the things that they need, to live while they're here. And so they identified South Bay as a good place and a place where they need to have workers proximate to get to the field, because it's all about the transportation costs and those kinds of things to help with that. And so you do want to have housing in different places so they can be close to whichever fields that they're working. And so they identified this as having a good place for them and a real need to be able to get to the fields that they're working. That was the analysis they did. And quite frankly, they've invested quite a bit of money in purchasing the property and purchasing the building. And they'll have to do some, upgrades and those kinds of things, I'm sure, to get it all ready. So they got a lot of skin in this game. And they wouldn't have made that investment if they didn't have that need.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, sir. And one other thing about it, we just received this tonight. It's going to give us we're going to definitely have to get together and digest this here in reference to, you're talking about H2 workers, because due to the fact that some of the comments have been coming from our residents within the city of South Bay, or the one on Southwest, Northwest 8th Street. I don't know how true that is, some of the things that was said to us, but the thing about it, that we want to make sure that we do the right thing for our residents within the city of South Bay, and plus the business owners also that's coming into the city of South Bay. But we just received this tonight. You just presented this to us tonight, and we just heard from Mr. Honeyman as well in reference to not zoning at this present time. So we would like to have time to really digest this here, focus on this, talk to our zoner, talk to our city manager as well. And I would definitely love to hear from our business owners as well on Highway 27, how they feel about it also, because you do have business across the street there, and you have business down the streets there, and we just want to know. We just want to hear from everyone, because everyone plays a vital part in reference to this coming to the city of South Bay, sir.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for that, and I couldn't agree more. And I would have to echo the thoughts of the city planner. The special exception process is a good process for this, yes, because sir, you do have a lot more control over what's going on. This location, one of the biggest reasons they chose this location is because it's near where the trucks are going to be and all those things.
Yes, sir.
It's not in a residential neighborhood. We don't want that.
Yes, sir.
The neighbors don't want that, I'm sure. And so that's why they've done that. And that's also why, quite frankly, they provide transportation, because they want to have these folks be able to get safely to where they're going and then get back, and not cause a burden on someplace else. And we were not expecting y'all to tell us tonight, it sounds good, we're going to do that. I mean, we understand that. We will open ourselves up. If y'all want to meet with us and talk with us individually, I know we can't do it in a public, more than one at a time, or The attorney's going to skin us alive if we do that. So we're absolutely open to that. We want to make sure we give you all of the information before you do this, because I would agree with you. You absolutely have an obligation to do what's right by the city.
Yes, sir.
And so we recognize that. We appreciate that. And we want to help that. We want to give you every bit of information that might be helpful with that.
All right, thank you. Madam Attorney, do you have anything you'd like to say, dear?
Well, not particularly. I will just weigh in to say that it was somewhat of a controversial bill. It had been actually vetoed by the governor previously, and that was a concern that there may not be enough preventative measures in place to ensure that people were here in the country properly. However, if there is a need and the city can make that determination at another time, we do have some requirements that will require the city to create a place for it. So however you all weigh it in terms of accepting Mr. Holloman's recommendation about it being a special exception, and I guess the downside to that is it can be anywhere. Yeah, you can put restrictions in place, maybe, heights or hedges, or with not to be within so many feet of another residential property or something like that. You can do that, but then if you look at it being zoned in a particular area, then you know where these uses would be. You know exactly where they would be, and those have some controls as well. And so there's some certainly it's been brought to your attention. I think that the city should move ahead to look at this issue with some insight or some input from you all. You may want to consider looking at bringing it back maybe for a workshop for the next meeting to discuss it further, and then I think we'll all have a little bit more information that may be relevant to you all making a decision. But what is clear is that if there is a need, we have to have a place for it. So.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Attorney. I do appreciate that there. I just want to say thank you, Mr. Walker. Mr. Honeyman?
Yeah, you just said something that sort of spurred a thought that maybe we need to know publicly. You said there's a need. Is the need within South Bay, or are these people going to service areas outside of the town?
Well, they'll service areas within the town, not in the town. Obviously, farms aren't in town.
Well, that's just something I think we need to think about, because the house, this will be providing temporary seasonal housing, and if it's helping production or the agricultural interests within the city, that might be something you might want to consider. If they're serving outside areas, that might be something else that they want to consider.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Horner. I appreciate that, sir. Mr. Manager, do you have anything else you want to say, sir?
No, sir. With the direction we would take, hearing from the commission is bringing this back after that we have further conversations at the upcoming commission meeting, and talking with the commission individually to answer any questions that you may have, and bringing the team back to, after you've had an opportunity to further educate yourselves on it, and then ask those questions. So staff would be able to know if we're moving forward after that conversation with that special exception process, in order to put all of those parameters in place for the project to happen, because the latter is where we are from a staff perspective, in order to, if we move it forward, if it's something that's desirous of the commission to move forward, but the latter of putting the special exception in place is something, the conversation held between Mr. Horniman and myself.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Manager. I appreciate that. Commissioner, you okay with that? Okay. Thanks, Ms. Walker, and your law firm. Thank you all for being here tonight. We do appreciate you. Mr. Gonzalez, thank you. We had the opportunity to meet as well, sir, and I do appreciate that. But we will be getting back in touch with you all, but we definitely, everybody really want to do some more brainstorming in reference to this ideal that have been brought before this commissioner. And I do appreciate you all for being here tonight, and you guys have a safe trip back home as well. Thank you all. Anything else on the work? Nothing else on the workshop?
There was one other thing, Mayor, for the workshop. However, it is 7:03. I wanted to have a conversation about the Remarkable property, but we could move further into the meeting and do it under the presentation.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. All right. At this present time, I have a motion to adjourn the workshop.
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin, second by Commissioner Polk. The workshop is adjourned. We'll start with our regular meeting. We don't want to leave the DS at this present time. Here none, this present time. Again, I want to thank you all for being here tonight of this new year, year 2026. A blessing to you and your family. And I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a great new year as well. Ms. Bryan, thank you for being here tonight. We do appreciate that. I just seen Senator this today on the news there today, but thank you for being here for representing each and every year. The Palm Beach County Fire Department, Sheriff Department, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you had a wonderful New Year and a Christmas as well. And to each and every one of you all, thanks. Commissioner, again, thank you all. Appreciate the work that you have did in the year 2025, and now we're going a new year. Hopefully we'll continue to move this city forward. City manager and staff, thank you all for the wonderful work you have did as well. Residents, thank you. Thank you for being a part of each one of these meetings that we have had each month. And also, thank you for sharing the ideas and your thoughts about different things that's taking place within the city of South Bay. So with that, I will call this meeting at this present time at 7:03 p.m. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King,
Present.
Commissioner Polk,
Present.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Present.
Mayor Cowles.
Present. Thank you, Madam Clerk, and thank you, City Manager Campbell. At this present time, we have the prayer by Pastor Bean, if you don't mind, and then we have a pledge of the flag. This present time. Thank you. Let us all stand, please.
Father, we thank you for this day, God. We thank you, God, for our officials, God. We pray, God, that you will touch Commissioner Polk, Pastor Polk, especially, God, as he and his family go through this time of bereavement. We pray, God, that we will discuss the business of the city decently and in order for the betterment of our communities. In Jesus' name we pray and ask these things, and we all say,
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor Bean. We do appreciate that prayer. Every time you come in this chamber, you always bring a warm prayer to each and every one of us in this chambers here. Commissioner Polk, our condolences goes out to you and your family. So we do our hearts and our prayers with you, sir. At this present time, disclosure of voting conflict. Commissioner King.
None, sir.
Thank you, Madam. Commissioner Polk.
none, sir.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor McKelvin.
None, sir.
Thank you, sir. And not for me either. We'll continue with the presentation and proclamation. Madam Clerk.
Presentations? Yes, there is one proclamation.
Yes.
City Manager Campbell.
Proclamation declaring January 19th, 2026 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Whereas the civil rights movement of the 1960s has profoundly impacted the course of American history and continues to shape the direction and debate of our society. One of the greatest leaders of the 20th century movement is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose dream is no less inspirational and important today than when he first expressed it more than 50 years ago. As we look forward to the future with optimism, inspired by Dr. King's legacy and informed by his wisdom and vision, let us rededicate ourselves to keeping his dream alive and be reminded that we are united together as one community. Whereas the city of South Bay hosts an annual Unity in the Community Day to honor the wisdom and vision of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his lasting impact on bringing the community forward. That Unity in the Community Day is scheduled for
January 18th.
January 18th. is taking place. Vice Mayor McKelvin will be getting that information out. So now, therefore, on behalf of the City Commission and the people of the City of South Bay, I, for Mayor of the City of South Bay, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby officially proclaim and recognize January 19th, 2026 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Be it further proclaimed, the City of South Bay, that this proclamation is duly sealed, ribboned, and approved by the members of this commission. In witness whereof I have unto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of South Bay, Florida, to be affixed this 6th day of January 2026. Joe Kyles, Mayor, attested by Olivia Mejia, Interim City Clerk. So it is as we've always held our unity, not always, lately held our Unity in the Community Day at Cox Park on January 18th here in the City of South Bay, an event that's supported by the city that will be taking place. So we just wanted to proclaim January 19th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the City of South Bay. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager Kalman. Thank you, City Clerk. Do appreciate it. Opportunity for the public to address the commission. Madam Clerk.
Yes, Mr. Castaneda,
As Mr.
Trucking.
As Mr. Castaneda is coming up for the Remarka property, he's going to be asking the commission for some support regarding the Remarka truck repair. However, I do, before you all come up, I mean, you can stand up there. I do want to share with the commission just where they are at this moment regarding that piece. I'm just going to, in June 10th, oh, we'll take care of it. You can do them right here. June 10th, 2025, South Florida Water Management District noticed, they provided a notice to the Remarka family, the Castaneda family, regarding the permanent closure of the L20 right-of-way, which is also known as Southeast First Avenue. That closure is to take place tomorrow. Today, January 6th. The Castaneda family also resides on that property, as well as the truck repair shop is on that site. But they are coming. We've had several conversations, and I know they will talk about it more. We've had several conversations assisting in providing access to the site. And they are here tonight to make their request. The city has advised the family to communicate with Water Management District regarding the roadway, the closure of the roadway happening, and they will give you further information. But I will stop at this point and let you talk through it, and then give some additional history as to how we have gotten to this point with the closure of the roadway.
Good evening.
Get
Is on? Is on?
Is it green?
Yes. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving this time to speak. My name is Renee Castaneda, and I'm talking on behalf of my family business, which is in here. And
Give us your address as well.
okay, it's 535 Southeast First Avenue, and also our residential address, which is 525 Southeast First Avenue. And because of the closure, it's given us no access to our property, effectively, supposedly today. And we've been proactive. We opened up Second Avenue based off our property history, that was a different access point. But as of right now, we don't have commercial access to our business. That being said, we've been here for 30 years. I mean, I was here since I was a little kid in the shop. And I know my dad personally has been part of the community for this, helping The business, as you're aware, it's a lot of semi trucks that need services here. And with this closure, it's really going to affect our business to the point in which we wouldn't be able to function or survive. We haven't had no contact with water managers for a solution as of yet. We are working on it. And all I'm asking is for your support and leadership to give us some guidance and hopefully a solution for commercial access to our property. Also, I don't want to go about 2nd Avenue because that will affect the residents on that. I wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, that's where I stand with my family business as of now. We don't have access to our property. We've been proactive by opening up 2nd Avenue to have some access, but no commercial access. And as of right now, our business, Ramaka, will be no longer viable if there's no solution for commercial access. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight, and I have had discussion with the city manager as well in reference to that particular property, Access Road on Southeast 2nd Avenue, and I have heard from residents as well in reference to that also about that particular. I noticed some residents here that live on Southeast Avenue are sitting in the audience tonight. And my thing is that I want to hear from this commission here and see how they feel about this. Your dad had been there for a long time. Before your dad, it was Mr. I think it was Campbell. He was there during that particular time period area. So that business have been back in that particular area for a long time. I say it like that. They're a long time, sir. And I heard that I said you haven't had the opportunity to talk to South Florida Water Management in reference to you guys getting to the property where they had placed the gate. I did go by last week. I took a picture of where you put the gate at as well, right after the new home that's being built there. So I did see that the other day. But I just want to hear from this commission at this present time and see how they feel about it. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that which direction they're going to go. I want to hear from them.
Okay.
And they'll let us know and let you know as well, along with the city manager and the residents that live in that particular area. Okay. Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just 30 years of business been here in South Bay, helping the growth of this community. My first question is, I don't know if it's from the manager. Was there a reason for South Water Management putting up the gate to close this particular area?
Water Management District, through the mayor, Water Management District is the owner of the property. But this conversation also, your question takes the conversation back to at least 2017, when the city was awarded funding to develop stormwater in the southeast section. In that application to do the stormwater, we've had to notify Army Corps of Engineers and along with Water Management District and all the regulatory agencies centered around the canal. Once the application went in, the regulatory agencies became aware, because we also was focusing on rebuilding Southeast First. They noticed the embankment issues along that roadway that needed to be repaired. We also had culvert issues in the canal as well that needed to be repaired. So it became an interest not only to the city to rebuild the roadway, but also to Water Management District and Palm Beach County Water Utilities to repair the stormwater, the wastewater that runs along that roadway as well. So the city could actually reconstruct it. Fast forwarding to 2022, 23, when the stormwater project, the city's permit was approved minus any work being done on the levee side, which is Southeast First. So none of the work was going to get accomplished on that roadway because our permit was approved minus any any roadway work, because the Army Corps of Engineers and Water Management District owned the embankment, and that needed to be repaired and rebuilt before the city or the county could do any additional infrastructure work along that roadway. You also had, that was kind of like the thing that opened Water Management District eyes to, they started looking at all their property. You also had the water going south to the reservoir. All of that connects from Lake Okeechobee, the canal, and the water going to the reservoir. All of that was a connection. Water Management District began doing inventory of the property. So that's really the high level attention. That is how the Water Management District became heavily involved and taking ownership or control over their property. I'm not sure if I fully answered, but that was very high level as to how it got to where we are today, minus the business being there for 30 years. It was just Water Management District exercising effective January 1, the district will install a lock gate across the unpaved roadway that will prohibit access to the public. The district is taking this action pursuant to section 373.086, period 1 of the Florida statute and rule 40E-6 of the Florida Administrative Code. So they are exercising their rules in order to move forward with the closure of the roadway.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. So, this gentleman was saying that he have been reaching out to South Florida Water Management District and been unsuccessful.
Well, I don't think that's what he said.
Yes, that's
You were unsuccessful?
unsuccessful.
So, so how was it that they came up with this decision to close this road that would affect this business when the business didn't even have an opportunity to meet with them to come up with a solution? So is there any way that that they can get the information, the correct information, to contact and speak with someone from South Water Management to see if there's something that, that they can try to work out so that this closure won't affect their business?
If I may, is there a way to at least stop it until we have a resolution before they close it? Because as of right now, let's say there's an emergency, God forbid. That would be the only way to access emergency vehicles to our property, Just a thought, is there a way to prevent it until we have a clear solution for this?
We met back in December, and first I would say, let me share it this way. The letter that was just read to share with the commission, that letter was sent to the 535 Southeast First Avenue to the Castaneda family back in June, advising them of things that needed to be done and who to contact. We've also held several conversations with the family as to some direction. The city held team meetings with Water Management District and shared the results of those meetings with the family as to a direction that need to go. As of today, what I received from the Water Management District is that they haven't heard from the family beyond them reaching out at some point. I think it was back in October. They submitted a right-of-way permit. I'm trying to find that. So they did make contact, and that right-of-way permit was denied from Water Management District. That was, here we go. That was back in October. So there have been opportunities where those conversations were held. Now, what I also know is if the Castaneda family reach out to the Water Management District this week, that gate will not close for another 5 days. And if they reach out this week and put their request in writing, asking for the gate to move back some, it is my understanding, and I can lean on this and say Water Management District will fulfill that request made by the family. The city cannot make that request.
Okay. Yeah, that's something new for me. I haven't heard that. But we'll be reaching out. I'm actively reaching out to them. I actually got lawyers, but I guess through the holidays, we haven't gotten a response yet. So I'm hoping something comes up this week. But if that is the case, that would be
I'll be print some emails for you. I send them over to you because I'm looking at conversations between some of the emails and Water Management District where they've been reaching out. According to the district, they've made visits to the site and held some conversations. But let me print some things out and we'll just compile all of that so you'll know exactly who to have the conversations with. But I will share, one is Joel Arieta, and that number is 561-248-2915. Also, Sherry McCorkle, her number is 561-906-4641.
Did somebody?
Just
Go
somebody,
ahead.
she got it.
Sherry McCorkle is the Senior External Affairs Specialist. Joel Arieta is a field representative in the area.
okay.
You okay, sir? Commissioner, continue. You
I'm good, thank you.
all right? Commissioner Poe?
No, think we're on the right track.
Yes.
Good.
That's great.
Thank you for your time.
No, I just want to thank you all for being here tonight. Think about it. We want to see your business continue on. Want your business continue to flourish like I've been doing for the years that your father had owned that particular business. We will never fight against no one, no business, no resident within the city of South Bay. Anything that we can assist, that we can do to assist, that's what we're going to do within the city of South Bay. So I'm glad that Ms. City Manager was able to just give you the correct information on how to go about it, because due to the fact that you definitely need to make contact with South Florida Water Management. You have to call them each and every day, 2 or 3 hours a day. Just call them and talk to them about it, because it's very important. And, you know, we are here to support. We're not here to fight against you all. So I want to make sure that is very, very clear, because some people have a tendency to turn it the wrong way and saying that the city is fighting against the business owners. We're not doing that there. But if you can, your family can reach out tomorrow and you'll stay in contact with Mr. Campbell. He will reach out as well to try to assist also. And we just pray that everything and hope that everything goes well for you and your family. But thank you all for being here tonight. Thank the family for being here tonight. We do appreciate it. Mr. Manager.
Mr. Mayor, I know you stated that I would reach out to them.
sorry,
I want to make it clear. The city
Cannot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because we went down that route and
Yes, sir.
tried to make the request. we are unable to make the request. It has to come
From the family.
Yes.
Have to come from the owner there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
No, thank you all. We do appreciate you being here tonight.
Before we go to the next comment, we have to go back to the presentation for Unicus. They have a presentation to make.
Who was
Unicus.
this? Oh, okay, okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm sorry.
Good evening, again, Commission, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, rest of the Commission, City Manager, Clerk, staff, and the residents. First of all, Unicus would like to wish everybody a very happy New Year.
Thank you.
And we
Same
hope
to you.
that
Same to you.
everyone had a wonderful holiday season. You'll have to forgive me. We really don't have any prepared remarks. We more just we're at another step in the RIF grant with one of the other deliverables, and per the deliverable, it's not required that we present to the commission, but we just finished another report and we wanted to come down and bring you all up to speed again. We always love an opportunity to come to the city. The 7-hour drive is one of the best we ever do. It's just great. Talking about Village by the Lake, as we've said before, the project will take and transform the 30 acres of city property next to Lake Okeechobee and make it a year-round ecotourism destination, tying it directly into the Lake Okeechobee Scenic Trail. It will be the community's front door to outdoor adventure, cultural activities, and economic growth. Next one, please. Thank you. The RIF grant. We are in the RIF grant. It was awarded last fall. It's a 2-year grant. We are way ahead of schedule, and that's why we're here so quickly again. Basically, it is the first phase of the whole process. Like I said, I usually have a script, but we just kind of jumped up here. But the RIF grant, for those who don't know, it helps rural communities plan, prepare, and finance projects that create jobs, attract investment, and strengthen local economies. Phase 1 funding, which we currently have, is providing the essential studies, designs, and plans to move a village by the lake from vision to reality. The design and development studies, the phase 1 includes, and these are the 5 deliverables. The first was a feasibility study to identify needed infrastructure, potential environmental impacts, and long-term operations. We have completed the feasibility study. We have submitted it to the city. After that, there is mapping to identify the ecotourism links, transport routes, and utilities. A master plan, which we're going to talk about tonight, that will be reviewed by the commission and refined with your and public input. Development of a schematic design for the project, and lastly, conducting preliminary site, soil, environmental, and utility assessments. The feasibility study that we completed is what we based the master plan on. That was the first level to take it to the next step master plan, which we have copies for all of the commissioners and the city manager, and we're going to pass those out. We don't expect you to read it right now. There's no way I could do it, and I even know what's in it. But the master plan outlines the development goals for the Village by the Lake. So it ensures alignment with the ecotourism and economic development goals, including community engagement and public input, site overview, design, operations, and financial planning. So you all have it in front of you. Like I said, we are way ahead of schedule. This was a 2-year grant. We were just awarded it back in April, I believe. We started work in September. We're 3/5 of the way through, and our goal is definitely to finish it up by this summer. So, Laura, I don't know if you want to come up. And again, like I said, we appreciate the opportunity to jump in on y'all and pass out the information. And as always, do you have any questions for us about the project, where we're at? Quick questions about the master plan, even though you haven't read it. Anything else?
I think y'all did a fantastic job in reference to ecotourism, trying to bring ecotourism in the Glaze area here, and it's a great event is coming up pretty soon, and dealing with the Palm Beach County ecotourism in reference to the executive director there. So hopefully we'll be able to continue to move things within the city of South Bay when it comes down to Village by the Lake and ecotourism. Appreciate all the work y'all have did and the thing that you have really brought to the city of South Bay, the grants that you have brought to the city of South Bay. We appreciate that from the bottom of our heart, and thank you all for all the work you have done.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I know you received your master plan tonight, so your comments, Mayor Commission, your comments that you may have, so please pen them in there because that's part of the process. Any comments that your input is welcomed, desired, and needed as we move this master plan forward.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
And
Appreciate
if you
that.
can get that back to me before the month of February, I would really appreciate it so we can stay on schedule.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mr. Timothy Abrams.
You said the end of the month of February?
Oh, no, before February.
Before February.
End of January.
End of January.
Good evening, Commission.
Good evening,
Mayor,
Mr. Abrams.
Mr. Cowles.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Timothy Abrams. I'm a resident of South Bay, Florida, 260 Southwest 7th Avenue. Former principal of Palm Beach County School District for 30 years, resident of South Bay, grew up in South Bay, raised in South Bay, and, you know, had the opportunity to matriculate to other areas of the county. I just have a couple of things. I've shared some things with a couple of the commissioners in the past in conversation, but I felt I need to bring it to the public forum. I get up every morning, I ride my bike to Belgrade to work out, come back to South Bay. In the process of me riding to Belgrade, I noticed we have a recreation director who's at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. What kid is at the park at 8 o'clock in the morning? They're in school.
Repeat that again, sir.
What kid is at the park at 8 o'clock in the morning during the school day? But we have a recreation coordinator here. That bothers me because we have 2 parks here. I have yet to ride by a park and see a kid in the park in the evening.
Okay.
And as a principal who deal with kids for 30 years, that bothers me. That really bothers me that we are paying a person to be in a park for however many hours with no kids. So I wanted to bring it to a public forum because it really concerns me that we're not looking at our budget in a way that is feasible for kids. Another thing, I've been coming to South Bay and complaining to my mom before I moved back for probably 30 years about the roads in South Bay. Now, of course, I know you're working on them, and I applaud you for what you're doing. I applaud you for what you're doing. But in those contracts with those workers, there need to be a timeline because I live in West Palm Beach. I've seen whole communities get done in 1 week or three days. For 10th Street, it's been almost a year for 10th Street. That's not acceptable, man. And we're trying to move this city forward. I love what potential South Bay has.
Yes, sir.
Great potential. I want the vision. And I want to ask, what is the vision for South Bay? Man, it's so much I see that can be done in South Bay that don't take a lot of money. The center of South Bay, you can get people to get sponsored to come in and beautify South Bay, the main hub where everybody's passing through. That's simple stuff we can do. It don't take, if I need to help work with, because if I bring up a problem, I'm gonna have a solution too. So I'll be willing to work with each one of you to sit down and talk about what we can do to help South Bay look better. Because I ride my bike, I walk through South Bay, I ride my bike through South Bay on a day-to-day basis. And man, I'll be like, there's so much potential, so much potential. But our vision has to change. It has to, from a little boy, man, and South Bay looked like it looked when I was a little boy. That bothers me. There's no changes. These people deserve better, man. And I'm gonna be here to fight with them to get it. Because I know I just want to see us do better, bro. That's all I want. I want South Bay to do better. Because this is a great community, great people. And I moved back here and I have a business in South Bay. And I can't tell you how much I love meeting and seeing the residents of South Bay every Friday and the conversations we're having. They love me being here and I love being here to meet with them. So I want to see us grow, man. I really don't want to see it like this. It's been bothering me for years. I've been complaining to my mama for years. She's no longer here. She begged me, Tim, don't go. Mom, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Because I love this place. This is my home. I'm back in it, and I want it to go and be better.
Thank you, Mr. Haven. I do appreciate you coming in. And I think what you just said, thank you for what you just said, sir. That's why we invite all our residents to be a part of what we're trying to bring to the city. And I accept what you're saying tonight, sir. And we're going to continue to move forward in the city of South Bay. If you want to be a part of what we did, we do have a vision in the year 2026 and 2027. I'm moving forward in the city of South Bay to try to bring more and more within the city of South Bay. Within the recreation department, that's something that the city manager has to address in reference to who's employed up under him, in reference to trying to bring more and more events within the city and at each and every one of our parks, Cox Park and Towner Park. And I would like for you, the residents, to get involved as well in reference to things that we can do within the city of South Bay. One of the things that I have seen that I had a number of young men that come into the office, sit down and talk to me, more or less about what you're concerned about in reference to our youth there. And I expressed to them, let's put something together. I didn't say the city, I said we, let's put something together and how we can work with our youth in the city of South Bay. Those individuals expressed to me, yes, Mayor, I bring you something back. I haven't seen anything as of yet, because my office doors is always open to welcome people to come in. Let's talk about the things that we can do at the city of South Bay. I didn't say the commissioners. I said we as residents within the city of South Bay, what we can do, because I believe in partnership. It's not about I. I don't believe in I, because I do not make a team. We make the team within the city of South Bay in order to make things to look better, make us subscribe within the city of South Bay. We strive together, not as an I. Because it's not about us, it's about this team here in the city of South Bay. So Tim, I welcome you to be a part of this team here. Whatever ideas that you have, bring it before us, sir. Bring it forward. And your ideas are always welcome within the city of South Bay. Regardless of what residents that live here, they want to be a part of this team, I want them to be a part of it. The beautification committee, I'm going to be coming back with the city manager trying to set up a meeting date. All those who want to be a part of the beautification committee, I have a commitment from some of those individuals that they want to be a part of it, because you're right. We want to make sure our city looks beautiful. The individuals that come through our cities here, they can say that South Bay is really a beautiful and a clean place there. And that's what I look for. Not to throw rocks at no one. I'm not saying that you're doing that there, but I'm just saying that I want to make sure this city will be one of the most beautiful cities on Highway 27 and Highway 80 when they enter this city here. So I'm welcoming you to be a part of the team within the city of South Bay. And thank you for coming back, moving back to the city of South Bay. And we can't do it alone. We have to do it together. And I just want to say thank you. It is a timeline in dealing with the streets within the city of South Bay. I would love for you to just take the time out to talk to the city manager. He can, take you through there in reference to the timeline and reconstructing our cities within the city of South Bay. And I think you have a clear understanding why and what is taking place. The muck is totally different from the sand on the coast there. It's totally different. So that plays a vital part as well in reference to some of the things that we're doing with our roads and reconstruction within the city of South Bay. We're not repaving roads in the city of South Bay. We're reconstructing our entire roads in the city of South Bay as we move forward, sir. But again, thank you for being here tonight, and I welcome you to be a part of the team within the city of South Bay, sir. Thank you. City Manager Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, before we I need to go back. There was regarding the Ramaka on Southeast 2nd. There was an ingress and egress being developed on Southeast 2nd that is one going over multiple properties, the city's right of way and the property owner's right of way, in order for to gain access. No permission has been given, and I shared this in an email with the Castaneda family. No permission has been given in order for that to happen. So at this time, I have to tell the family, they're still here, that the right of way, you cannot use that right of way on Southeast 2nd Street until all of the whatever permissions, zoning, not zonings, but right-of-way issues are taken care of in order for that entry point, ingress egress point on Southeast Second to be utilized. If you are using it, I'd strongly encourage you to discontinue using that site and have the conversation with Water Management District. I am going to reach out and ask. I know they told me 5 days. If you start the conversation and some additional time is needed, we could have that conversation with Water Management District. But I want to really encourage you not to utilize Second Street for any ingress or egress at this time until all of those permissions, right-of-way permissions, are granted. So I wanted to share that because none of that has been approved by this commission or made recommendation from staff in order to move in that direction. That one. Number two, before we move away from public comment, there's a student here that is a winner in the area for the Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year. Now she's been on the calendar since November to share a word with the commission. So Michaela, if you would come to the mic and share. Youth of the Year is a big thing for Boys and Girls Club. So she's had to present, and she'll tell her story. So,
hello, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michaela Browning, and I'm 17 years old, and I'm honored to serve as the 2026 Youth of the Year for the Smith and Moore Family Teen Center, and also the Keystone President. I've been a member of the Boys and Girls Club for 13 years, whether that was participating in programs, helping lead projects, or growing alongside my peers. To me, the club has been more than a place that I just go from after school. It's where I found my voice. It's where I develop leadership skills and learn what it truly means to just give back. And I've also seen the club impact on others. I've seen how younger members who once come into the club that are quiet and just reserved to themselves come out to be leaders and outspoken people. I was also very shy once I first got into the club. And honestly, I just want to say that when young people realize that they have somebody that believes in them and supports them, it means a real difference. So I would like to talk about Keystone and what Keystone is. Keystone is the Boys and Girls Club teen leadership program for members 14 to 18, and it gives teens the opportunity to turn what they learned into action. As Keystone members, we plan together to strengthen both our club and our community. The program teaches responsibility, teamwork, leadership, and it even teaches us how to do a fundraiser without losing our mind. December and November, we had our first fundraiser that I led personally, and we raised over $1,000. It was a lot of work because it was my first time doing a fundraiser. I had to talk to a lot of different people. I had to get out of my comfort zone, and I had to understand that when you come to someone with an idea, you expect them to ask you questions, but you don't expect them to ask you deeply questions, like to get all up in there. It's like, okay, girl, what you gonna use my money for? Like, these people want to know about what you come for and what are your principles? What do you know? What are you here for? So our biggest goal for our Keystone Conference, which is July the 24th through July the 27th. This conference brings youth leaders from across the country together for leadership training, workshop, and collaboration. Everything we learned there is brought back to strengthen our club and to better serve our community. Our fundraiser goal is $7,000, which covers everything for our members. That number represents more than just a trip. It represents the first time people who are, that looks like me, has got onto a plane and went somewhere. Some of our kids don't even have passport. They think that we're taking a train there, but as president, I have not told them anything. This trip will help us represent first-time plane rides for some of our teens, leadership training that builds confidence and real-life skills, networking, and new ideas that help strengthen our program for every child who walks through for our club. So for our Keystone, in July, in order to even be able to go, you have to have over 400 community service hours. You have to have a certain amount of money raised. You also have to do a certain amount of stuff in your community and talk to younger members. Everyone in our Keystone, we have over 15 members in our Keystone. Everyone either has more than 100 community service hours or 400. Me, myself, I have 419 community service hours, and I am president. Our vice president has over 300 community service hours, and our younger members are on graduation ready and has 25 or more community service hours, which you need to graduate from high school. So with your support, we can continue building leaders who don't just dream about change, but create it. Your contribution is an investment in the future for our community. Empower teams to lead, serve, and inspire others. Before I end, I would like to say that a gentleman back there said something about a beautification for our South Bay. To us, as coming here for just being president, I want to say that we're not just expecting you just like give us your money. Like we require a lot of stuff because we're younger members and we want to get involved into our community, but we also need to network to find the right people to have us, to let us use their spaces, use their mind, use their wisdom to see what do you need from our younger kids in the community. I speaking as vice president, we would love to help beautification, what did he say? South Bay, to clean it up, to help any way in your community, in our community that we can. And it includes into our service hours. So more projects that you guys have or are interested in giving us into your time and just helping us to achieve our goals, we deeply and really appreciate it. And thank you for your time and support and believing in the youth in our community. Any questions?
Thank you, Michaela, for that. Just have the pleasure of being the chair of the Boys and Girls Club here in the Glades area, and Michaela being one of the representatives for the Youth of the Year. Her challenge is going around and presenting herself to the communities, but also challenging herself with speaking. Because once she gets on the bigger stage in Orlando, she's competing with other students. So her goal is to make her rounds in the area before the larger competition, so that she could win. That is where our students always typically fall short, not always, but typically fall short, are those 2 to 3 points from the public speaking arena. So she's challenging herself and her other members to go around to the other municipalities and other opportunities to do just that. Go right ahead.
I would like to say something. For the Boys and Girls Club, there's a lot of members who don't realize the opportunity that the Boys and Girls Club give. So For me, something that I struggled with before coming into the Boys and Girls Club is is I'm a very deeply emotional person, and I am very in touch with my emotions. So something that I had to work on before our speech, because I did this twice. This wasn't my first year running to be the youth of the year for our club. So something that we need our kids and teens to get out there, put their story out there, put themselves out there. So just to have this opportunity, I'm very grateful for it. And next year, I hope to see more kids at the club apply for it, because it was not that few kids that applied for it. And it's a full ride scholarship. Any kid would be grateful to have a full ride paid tuition scholarship, and also room and board. And if you're like me, immigrant who isn't born here, and you know what coming from like deep in the muck, and coming from, what it feels like to work and to say that, hey, I got this title and I earned it. Like when I go to public events or go to stuff out, sorry, I said that. When I go to public events or speak out to other people, I tell them I'm from Belglade. These people ask me, what is Belglade? What is South Bay? And I'm like, these people don't even know how many potential young kids that are out there. There's so many kids out here who have more community service hours than me, who do so much more in our community than just doing stuff that they do at school. So I just want to say for the parents that's in here, and also for the commissioner board, that we need to get our teens more involved. And even though it's something to just say, okay, I'm going to put my kid in there, because even without the full ride scholarship, the club offers so much more than just this scholarships. Before I even got the position of being our Keystone president, or just being titled the 2026 Youth of the Year for the Smith & Moore Family Teen Center, I had over 200 community service hours, and I've been in the club just for 3 years, and I wasn't even labeled as the community leader. So I just think that to get our kids more involved, and my email is Michaela Browning, MAKALAH Browning, and you guys can always email me or come to the Boys and Girls Club Smith & Moore Family Teen Center if you guys need us to do anything. Our kids are ready, and they're very eager to get out there and explore more career options. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michaela.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. I appreciate it.
Nothing. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, I just want to, as Commissioner, I just want to offer something, if you don't mind. Mr. Hightower, since you are here, sir, will you come and give us an update, sir?
Hey, first of all, I'd like to say, greetings to the city officials, to the community of South Bay, and to our community members of the city of South Bay. I come to give you a report from Rosenwald Elementary. In terms of the calendar of events, this is testing season, so we are preparing our students for the upcoming tests or assessments for PM2 assessments, in which they take PM1 assessments at the beginning of the year, but now it's what we call diagnostic / PM2 assessments. This is when the kids are getting assessed now between the months of December and January, as we prepare for the last assessments, which normally take place at the end of the year in May. And so this time of the year is the most crucial part of the year, being the fact that we just come off winter holidays, being the fact that we have to begin preparing our students for the upcoming assessments to ensure that we retain the grade of an A this year. And so therefore, we are assessing our kids tomorrow, which is Wednesday and Thursday on I-rate assessments. And on Thursday, we are having our fabulous oratorical program / contest on Thursday at 6:00 p.m. Now on Friday, in honor of law enforcement, that's the Law Enforcement Appreciation Day on Friday. On January the 19th, it's actually MLK Day, but in honor of MLK Day, Ms. McKelvin, who's our guidance counselor, who's also the vice mayor of the city, he normally travels to Belgrade to participate in the MLK parade with our drumline, along with our diamond dancers MLK Day, along with some of our students who normally participate at the MLK program that they normally have in Belgrade on the 19th. On the 31st, we have our drumline as well as our drill team performing at the South Florida Fairground at the end of the month. Now, the January 26th through the 30th, which is the last week of January, it is what we call Literacy Week. And in honor of Literacy Week, we normally have programs and events for the week of Literacy Week to promote literacy and to promote our students increasing their vocabulary and increasing learning on literacy for the last week of January. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Hightower. We appreciate it. Commissioner, do you have any questions, Mr. Hightower? Thank you for that wonderful report, Mr. Hightower, and that wonderful thing that the young people in the Glaze area are doing, the work that they're doing, the principal, the teachers, the superintendent, they're doing some great things in our schools within the Glaze area there. I know something is coming up pretty soon dealing with Commissioner McKelvin's son as well. I'm not going to talk about it. I just found out about it today in reference to that. But Ms. Brown, the wonderful work that you're doing as well, and the thing that you're doing at your school as well, you are doing some fantastic things with those young people. And that's why we want to try to make sure that we stay involved with our young people. We want to make sure that we show them that we care for them and make sure that we show that we love them as well. And that's what y'all demonstrate at Rosenwald Elementary School, those young people, how much you love them and how much you care for them. You exert their parents away from their parents, during the daytime. And I just want to say thank you and your entire staff for the wonderful work you are doing. Appreciate you, sir.
And I commend the support that you guys provide to not only myself, but also to the community of South Bay and to our students. So kudos to the city and elected officials of South Bay for all the support that you provide to Rosenwald.
All right, thank you, sir. We do appreciate it,
Thank you,
sir.
brother.
Well, we'll continue with our agenda for tonight. The consent agenda. Commissioner meeting November 4th of 2025. And approve a commissioner meeting agenda January the 6th of 2026. Mr. Manager, do you have the addition to this agenda for tonight?
None, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, sir. May I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Poe. Any additional questions for the consent agenda?
Yes,
Here
Mr.
none.
Mayor.
Commissioner King.
Yeah, on the agenda, I noticed the November the 4th meeting where I was absent, it shows that I had second the resolution 62-2025. And that agenda also doesn't reflect my absence. So at this time, I'm asking to have this corrected and brought back for approval.
I have a motion. At this present time, we have our amendment in reference to the correction of that particular November the 4th, 2025 commissioner meeting. I have a motion by Commissioner Vice Mayor McKelvin, a second by Commissioner Polk. Is there any type of way you can amend that motion at this present time, sir, in reference to the correction that had to be implemented?
Oh, yeah, I think it was a typo.
Typo, yes. Okay.
So the clerk can fix it.
Okay.
Fix the minutes.
Not second that.
That was second, okay. All right, thank you, Commissioner. Any additional questions for the consent agenda? Here, non-medical, call the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
We're voting to bring it back. Are we voting to bring the
No, we
No.
voted to correct it.
To correct it.
To correct it.
okay?
Yes.
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 Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioner.
Mr. Mayor,
Been
Mr. Mayor,
approved With all the commissioners.
Mr. Mayor, you would now go back to the main
The
motion.
main motion,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. Yes, sir.
Have a motion in reference to the correction of the commissioner meeting minutes, November the 4th, with all correction. May I have a motion in a second?
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pope. In additional question for the correction. Here none, Madam Clerk, recall the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. It passes by all commissioners. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Madam Attorney, and thank you, Commissioners. We'll continue with our resolution tonight. Resolution 01-2023. Madam Clerk, read for the record, please.
A resolution of the City
26, I'm
Commission.
sorry. Please forgive me. 2026.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, approving a rental policy rental application, rules and guidelines for city facilities and park rentals as set forth in Exhibit A, repealing all resolutions in conflict, providing for adoption of representations, providing an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Manager Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, Commission, the City of South Bay's Code of Ordinances, Chapter 18, Section 18-22, entitled Rental Agreement. Indemnification states all rentals must be by written agreement with the city, which agreement shall contain and indemnify and hold harmless provisions and provisions for insurance and an amount agreed upon by the city manager in order to ensure said indemnification. The City Commission of the City of South Bay aims to preserve its facilities and enhance the social and recreation environment of the city. The City Commission desires to revise the park facilities rental application to reflect in part the following: that park facility rentals maintain an hourly rate structure, increase the minimum rental duration to ensure consistency and proper facility management, require the city secures that sheriff's office, which will be reimbursed by the renter as part of the overall rental process. Dating back to several months, the rental application came to the commission in a workshop format with a new rate structure. The commission at that time wanted to maintain the hourly rental rate. This is coming back to the commission with the recommended hourly rental rate, only adding an additional minimum number of hours from 4 hours to 5 hours. Also, during that presentation, during the workshop, I shared with the commission that it is in the best interest that the city secures the sheriff's office for security. It is still the same cost this time, but the saving is it'll save the resident or the renter from having to go to the sheriff's department in order to get their application or turn it in. So we will do it all internally. Staff is recommending to approve the attached revisions to the rental policy, the rental application, rules and guidelines for city facilities and park rental rates as in the best interest of the city and its residents. Also, the indemnification amount is $1 million, but there are places where that insurance cost, it's not $1 million, but it may be 80 to $100 in order for the renter to get that insurance amount. But the renters are required to indemnify the city on all future renters. Staff is recommending approval of Resolution 2020-26.
Thank you, City Manager Cameron. May I have a motion and a second to move Resolution 01-2026 to the floor for discussion and approval? Moved by Commissioner Pope.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor McKelvin. Any questions from this commission per Resolution 01-2026?
Yes. Mayor.
Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was looking at the new, I guess this is the new application, and I see where it has Esther E. Berry Community Center Facility Rental Policy and Guidelines. have we made that, that name change official, or this just a sample?
You did that officially. I did have the resolution where it was done, but it was officially changed to, the full name is Esther E. Berry Emergency Shelter Care Center, Emergency Shelter Care and Community Center. I don't have the resolution number in front of me, but I think it was done September of 2024.
Okay, because on here, it just says, Esther E. Berry Community Center. It
I only
don't say
left off the
the,
emergency shelter piece on the application, but that could be inserted on it.
okay, because I know the resolution stated something different. So that's why I was asking. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner King, and thank you, City Manager Campbell. Any additional questions for Resolution 01-2026 before this commission?
Mr. Mayor, I do. The resolution stated something different. Which resolution? The one that's being presented tonight, or the one that you spoke about earlier?
You just stated on the resolution back in 2024 that it stated that includes the emergency shelter. But on this application before me now, it doesn't state anything about the emergency shelter.
Understood. Okay, I understand what you're saying. We can add emergency shelter to it.
Because that's what we voted on, right? Correct? Yes. So if we voted Esther E. Berry Community Center Emergency Shelter, that's what it should states on the application. Am I right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Commissioner King. Thank you, City Manager Campbell. An additional question for Resolution 01-2026. Here none.
What are we voting on? We
We
got a
voting on the
motion and a second.
Second, yes,
For
right.
the S.E. Berry Community Center application.
Mr.
Are
Campbell,
we including the emergency
we're gonna
shelter?
include the emergency center in there. That's what you're asking for, because due to the fact, according to the resolution, we did stated emergency center during that particular time period.
But isn't that for like the
For the
grant
new-
purposes, right?
Well, it was for
That's
the,
why.
It's gonna be the full name of the building. We can add that into it. So you can take your vote with the adding the language shelter, emergency shelter into the title.
yes. Commissioners, in additional question? Are we pleased with that, Commissioners? Okay, we have a motion and a second at this present time. In additional question? Here none, Madam Clerk, we call the roll.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners, and thank you, City Manager Campbell. We'll continue to pass it by all commissioners. Resolution 02-2025. Madam Clerk, read for the record, please.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, authorizing the mayor and the city manager to execute the Second Amendment to the Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Program, CDBG MIT Subrecipient Agreement, providing for adoption of representations, providing an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Manager Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioner, parties, the state and the city desire to enter into a second amendment to, among other things, recognize the name change to the Florida Department of Commerce from the Department of Economic Opportunity. Specify that the agreement shall end on January 27, 2027, unless otherwise terminated. Delete inapplicable provisions for employment eligibility verification. Add e-verify language and additional language prohibiting contracting with entities of foreign countries, prohibiting foreign influence, and prohibiting human trafficking, adding additional reporting and auditing requirement. Staff is recommending approval of Resolution 02-2026.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. May I have a motion and a second to move Resolution 02-2026 to the floor for discussion and approval?
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor Kevin.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Polk. An additional question from this commission for Resolution 02-2026. Hearing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Commission passed by all commissioners. Appreciate it. Resolution 03-2026, Madam Clerk, read for the record, please.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, approving the City of South Bay educational scholarship policy and application attached hereto as Exhibit A, providing for adoption of representations, providing an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Manager Campbell.
Mayor Commission, the City Commission desires to establish an educational scholarship policy and application as set forth hereto Exhibit A. The city will award up to $10,000 in annual scholarship funds to be distributed directly to the accredited post-secondary institution upon proof of enrollment. When the item was presented to the commission, I know we talked about a certain dollar amount, but here it would award up to the $10,000 annually. If we do not spend if it's not awarded, the $10,000 is not awarded, it still sits there in order for the commission to use towards the scholarship. Our goal, it would be the city's goal to maximize the $10,000 annually. But staff is recommending approval of Resolution 03-2026.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. May I have a motion and a second to move Resolution 03-2026 to the floor for discussion and approval?
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Second.
second by Commissioner Polk. Any questions for this resolution at this present time before this commission?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Vice Mayor?
As far as the recipients, are we targeting just South Bay, the city of South Bay residents?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. In additional question, here none, Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. It passes by all commissioners. Thanks to Commissioner and City Manager Campbell. We continue tonight with our agenda. No ordinance tonight. We have heard the Roosevelt Elementary School report, the financial report. Any question at this present time? Treasurer, Commissioner Polk.
I'm still looking over it, but no action is necessary.
Okay then, sir. Thank you.
You want to table?
No action.
Okay.
No action at all. Okay. We continue. City Clerk's report.
Yes, we have some conferences that are coming up in March, and that's the NLC Congressional City Conference, March 16 through the 18, 2026. If any commissioners that are still not registered can come to me to register. And then also we are having Palm Beach Day 2026, January 12th through the 15th of 2026. I believe all of you guys have registered, and I have your packets here for the travel.
Thank you, City Clerk. Any question from this commission per the City Clerk report?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Vice Mayor.
With the Congressional City Conference, are we, are all the commissioners going, or?
That is a conversation for you all to have. We will talk about that at the upcoming meeting. As part of the budget process, I know it was approved to reduce reduce this trip to only so many commissioners attending, but you also reduce your travel budget for Florida League of Cities Conference, for your March conference for only, I think it was 2 commissioners, and your Florida League of Cities Conference for all the commissioners, and Palm Beach Day for all the commissioners. Now, all other travel that is, there's no other travel scheduled for this budget cycle. I know we are, I've learned of some travel that's coming up, and we're having to work out to ensure that the funding is there to move forward with that one. But it is what the commission adopted in your budget year as we made adjustments to the travel and training line items in all departments citywide.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Vice Mayor, and thank you, City Manager Campbell. Appreciate it. We'll continue. City Manager report.
A couple things, Mayor, Commission. out in Villa Lago, there's a parcel, several years ago, we had that parcel surveyed. I would like to either develop a maintenance agreement with the owner of Villa Lago or sell that property to the owner of Villa Lago. They did put a bid in several years ago for the purchase of that property. It's never come back to the commission because we just had to get some meets and bounds in the survey taken care of forward. Now, recently there was a fire on the site, and the property owner, the Villa Lago property owner, has been assisting the city with keeping the area clean and also removing some of the debris in the area. They work very closely with Public Works, with the Public Works Division, in keeping that area from the overgrowth taking place. But I do want to bring that that bid back to where that quote that they submitted for the Villa Largo site, to either to sell it to the adjacent property owner of Villa Lago, or at least some type of maintenance agreement. So that is something I'll bring back to the commission that you could think about, and we could talk about further one-on-one conversations. The state legislative appropriations, all of your items have moved forward. Your attestation forms have been submitted. I know we'll all be in Tallahassee next week, talking about our $875,000 for the refresh of Martin Luther King. And I think it was another $1 million. I cannot remember what that project was, but all of our projects, no, excuse me, 400,000 for the senior center, our Tanner Park Recreation Center, to refresh, make some modernization to that site. And all of them are moving forward. We have the support from our House rep and our Senate rep at this time, and those items will be in your package next week to further those conversations. If you have any questions there, we could talk about them, but those things I can tell you just what's circling in Tallahassee. We should again have a successful year. Again, I can't say what the governor's going to feel like when it comes around again, but I just feel very strong about those items not being vetoed and how they are moving through the process at this time with prior committee meetings.
That's great, sir.
Also, just while we're on legislative items, you do have the $1 million. We're working with USDA, the Community Facilities Program, the earmarked dollars from Congresswoman McCormick's office. Staff is working with USDA in order to bring that agreement back. That is going to, once the resolution that you just amended is expended, those $2 million are expended from the environmental to the demolition of Tanner Park. That $1 million would build the helical pilings. So that would get us to the pylons there. We are still seeking additional funding. So when we are completed with the pylon, then we go further. But we are going to keep pushing forward for the development and the rebuilding of the Tanner Park facility. Where are we? Okay. As you know, you're the prior city clerk. Well, let me do that last. Our ice machine broke down, and we are in need. The public works staff is in need, just from a hydration space, in need of a ice machine, just so they can stay cool and hydrated before the temperature gets warm. The ice machine right now is priced at, the lowest one is about $4,500, and I can bring that resolution back, but I do just, if at all possible, I know we don't have the legislation in front of you. Is it okay if I get a consensus to move forward with trying to secure the ice machine and bring the emergency resolution back to the commission at an upcoming meeting. It exceeds, I'm really asking the attorney if I could ask for a consensus from the commission to move forward.
You could certainly ask for a consensus just to see how the commission feels about that. However, it's not subject to a vote tonight unless it's within your authority.
Okay. It is beyond my authority, Mayor, Commission, for that, but I did want asking for the consensus. So it is beyond my purchasing authority of the $3,000.
Commissioners? Mr. King?
I think, I guess we have to bring it back for a vote.
Bring it back for a vote. Okay. Commissioner Poe?
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna follow purchasing policy and we're getting the best price, I think we need to, if we could give them consent, do it, cause the guys need it, cause it's hot out there, and we realize that it's gonna come back to us. So,
Vice Mayor?
Yes, we have my consensus to move forward.
Have mine as well.
Thank you, Mayor, Commission. We will expedite getting that resolution back to you. I know the item has to be ordered, so it may not even be here within the 2 weeks time period, but we do want to at least get it in the cycle of getting it moving forward. So thank you, Mayor and Commission. Now, the minor home repair program. Now, I've been getting several calls. I know we need to get this back in front of the commission regarding the minor home repair program. You've set aside the $30,000 in your budget for that minor home repair program. And if you could just give me some insight and we can have some conversations about that item so we're able to bring it back, and I'll know how to move forward in bringing it to you. Because I know some of the residents are asking about it. And when we made the presentation for the $1,500 per household, some are saying that's not enough, which of course I understand. And some are asking, how can they just get the entire 30,000? So just know when you hear the conversations, if residents are not talking to you about it, we do need to get that item back, and your input will help staff in bringing the item back with some real meat to it, so the commission could move forward. Now, we can always workshop it at an upcoming meeting, and when you can give it to me at that time, but just take your time and think about how you would like for that to move forward. And that's all, Mayor. I know I put the rebranding strategy on there to talk about, but I can share a preliminary print plan for rebranding here in the city of South Bay. It is not just the logo. It is not only our visual and digital. As I know you've probably seen the new website, and yes, we can do videos on that website. Yes, it can do text messaging and send out information directly to telephones and not just email addresses. So it has the capabilities of doing that. But Mayor, Commission, if you would share that, is the rebranding strategy I would like to begin talking about for the city of South Bay. And it also involves residential input as well. So I won't go further into that rebranding strategy, but I will say that it is in line with the vision and the master plan, ecotourism piece that's been presented to the commission as well. So all of these items, as we are moving forward here in the city of South Bay, these things are all aligned in order to moving the city to that next place. So if there are any questions that you have, I'll pause there before we move into the last item regarding the city clerk.
All right, thank you. Any question, Commissioner Polk?
Yes, just two thoughts. For the minor home repair program for the senior citizens, I'd just like to throw out there that anywhere between like 2,500 and 5,000 would be my thought per resident. Considering that it's a minor home repair and things are expensive, and we want to be equitable and fair for everyone to be able to get some. So, with that, side note, also, is it possible to give us an update on Northwest 10th?
Yes.
And also about the report. I appreciate the rebranding the website and all the things that we're doing. These are some items we've been working on for quite some time, so very excited about that.
Northwest 10th Avenue, believe it or not, it may not look like it, but it is on schedule with everything. The contractors are just not, it gives the appearance that they're not moving quick enough, but in all of the reports that I'm getting from the on-site inspector, the on-site engineers, everything is moving accordingly. Now, Palm Beach County, there was still a little water issue that was cleared, but there's an area that's still open from a pressure perspective. So that is still a part of some conversations. Although we have the approval to start installing the curb. The curb process is slower only because the concrete is being made on site. Trucking in the concrete was going to be more, the product was going to be as great because of, but it's actually being created and made on site. And that is one of the things that's a benefit, but it just makes it look like it's moving slower, although we are ahead of schedule with the project. We are nowhere near our 18-month time frame.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. When would that 18 months? September of 26.
I will pull the agreement just to be exact, but we are well ahead of that time frame with as we're moving forward.
Mr. Mayor.
Vice Mayor.
Just for clarity, Mr. Campbell, what is the timeline, a typical timeline for a road to be reconstructed for the residents?
Barring no interruptions, no storms, no issues with water mains or anything is found in the road, just a clean schedule, it could take 16 months. It's what we have seen and found in South Bay to reconstruct a road from right of way to right of way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that, Vice Mayor. Thank you, City Manager, as well. That's why we continue to educate the residents in the city of South Bay, the time frame in reference to reconstruction of roads in the city of South Bay, and I hope that the residents will continue to keep that in mind there. In reference to reconstruction of the roads in the city of South Bay, it's not done over 6 months. You know, it takes time to reconstruct the roads in the city of South Bay. It's a different as you just go and putting the asphalt on top of the roads, but we are reconstructing the roads within the city of South Bay, so it takes longer in reference to that.
I will add, before we move to the city clerk, the last item here, these are applications for the city clerk as we begin that conversation. Our roadways could be done quicker if we were working 18-hour days.
Thank you.
In order to get it done. That is not where our money rests. In order to have shifts going in that time period. So we work within the fiscal parameters for the city of South Bay. November of 2025, the previous city clerk accepted an opportunity in another community. In looking at the code, which I've shared with the commission, the application, the officers appointed are the city manager, the city clerk, and city attorney. We put out an advertisement for the city clerk role. You have approximately 5 applications in the packet, in your packet. I did review those 5 applications. One is a company that provides city clerk some governmental services. That is also in your packet as well. But as the commission appoints the city clerk, I'm providing you that information. And if the commission wanted to receive a recommendation or have the manager interview those candidates and bring back a recommendation, which we've also done in the past, the manager is willing to do that in order to assist the commission in hearing the recommendation, as they will be working internally with the staff on a more regular basis. Or what we've done in the past is the manager interviewed, and then the recommendations came to the commission, and then the commission also did an interview in order to fill that role. But those applicants are being presented to the commission tonight for your consideration, for your review, and direction could be given to the manager as to how you would like to proceed with filling the role of the city clerk for the city of South Bay. So Mayor, that is presented to you for conversation, discussion tonight.
Yes, sir. Mr. Manager, thank you, and I do appreciate it. I think the last process that we had before, I think it was very productive, because due to the fact that you had the opportunity to interview those individuals, and it came before the commissioner afterwards. I think that the same process would be beneficial. That's my take on it. I don't know, I can't speak for the other commissioners, but I thought that was very good interview and the process that you run to during that particular time period, Mr. Manager. Vice Mayor?
Yes, I would say you interview, take the top 3, and then the top 3, let the commissioners interview, and then we'll choose from there.
Commissioner Pope?
I did.
Okay. Commissioner King?
Same process.
And the number is, I know we're all saying the top 3. I just want to, top 3.
Top 3 to the commission.
Thank you, Mayor, Commission. I will begin working as recommended by the commission in order to move forward with filling the role. The other part of that was your city clerk also was supporting in the risk management and human resources space. It would be the manager's recommendation, considering we did not advertise for a city clerk or human resources, is that you allow me to look at the budget and bring an opportunity back for a human resources role with the city of South Bay, human resource risk management. Since I know that role is very beneficial as we move forward with our health insurance and or incidences, all the things from a human resource space here for the city in order to move forward.
And so, move in that direction, City Manager Calmer, in reference to the budget, and then we go from there in reference to the HR department.
I hear you, Mayor, Commissioner, the rest of you.
Commissioners?
Yes, did all that process.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mayor. Oh,
Commissioner King? The process in reference to HR?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor, Commission. I will also work on an advertisement for the human resources role as we strategize with finance in order to make that work, because as you know, that is not a budgeted position. So it will work in in a way in order to make that work for the city of South Bay. Mr. Mayor, Commission, that's all the items from the manager's office in particular. However, that's all the items, Mayor, Commission, as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. Thanks for a wonderful report, sir. We do appreciate that. City Attorney's report.
No report at this time, Mr. Mayor. Just Happy New Year to every one of you.
All right, thank you, Madam Attorney. Future agenda item. I have an item that I was going to bring before this commission, but I'm going to wait till next month to bring it back before this commissioner in reference. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was one more thing. Mayor, I know I spoke about the travel, and just all transparency, there's a trip that's taking place that's being planned and programmed at this present moment during the Florida League of Mayors, and that was not that wasn't programmed in the budget. What is the right now? We're at $49.29 for the hotel, $470.70 for the travel, so it's approximately about $1,300. Is it will know that you're going to see a $1,300 modification in the travel and training budget in the legislative line item? I just wanted to share that with the commission.
Thank you, sir. Future agenda items. In addition, when I have one, but I'll bring it back next in the February meeting. Commission coming for the good of the order. Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to say Happy New Year's to everybody, and thank you all for coming out, taking part in your city government. Let's continue to work together and make South Bay a wonderful place to live, play, and work. Thank you again for coming out, and you have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Commissioner King. Commissioner Pope.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and again, Happy New Year's to everyone. Yeah, I know I'm not short on words, but I'm at a moment of bereavement now, so I'll have further comments at the next meeting, but thank you all so much for everything. God bless.
Thank you, Commissioner Polk, and I condolence and prayers go to you and your family, sir. Vice Mayor?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, Commissioner Pope, our condolences to you and your wife. Just let me know, brother. You know I'm there. Unity in the Community is scheduled for January the 18th, which is next Sunday from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We're gonna have it at Cox Park. Please come out. Information will be shared hopefully by tomorrow. The flyer will be done tomorrow, so please look out. It'll be on your social media as well as the city website, because we are partnering with the city for this annual event. So please come out and let's enjoy our MLK Unity in the Community event.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you for the wonderful comments. I think it'll be a wonderful time for us to come together in reference to unity in the community. Those events have been fantastic each and every year. Before I give my final comments, Palm Beach County Sheriff Department. You good? All right. Palm Beach County Fire Department. She's gone, so Chief is gone.
She good?
She's good, okay. I just want to say thank you all for being here tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward for a great year, 2026. I know that we went through some changes in the year 2025, but this year we're going to put it all in God's hand to move the city in the right direction. I just want to kudos to the staff within the city of South Bay as I come here, the days I come here in the city hall here and see the work that you do and how you put out and the way you present yourself each and every morning, not only to the residents, but to business owners as well. And I really do appreciate all the work you do. City Manager Campbell, thank you for each and every one of the departments you have, department heads. Thank you guys for the work that you do. Thank you for showing that warm love towards each other. Thank you for showing that warm love against our business owners and especially our residents within the city of South Bay. And that's why I said that we plays a part, all of us plays a part within the city of South Bay. It's not about us to sit someone this dias, but it's about you by being a part of the things that's taking place in the city of South Bay. Again, I say I appreciate you guys, all that you do, and may God continue to cover each and every one of you all. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Meeting is adjourned.